What's up, everybody? NJ Sweat's back. We're back after UFC 252, and we had a
It
big night.
was a great
That's
night.
great night.
Had a lot of fun watching
And
those fights.
if you guys watched last week, we gave you Marlon Vera, and I don't want to hear that he only won because Sean O'Malley got injured.
Yeah, I mean,
He's gonna win anyway.
you see on Twitter, man, he hit him with that kick.
Yeah, that kick injured him.
And you know what? I question that. Because Sean O'Malley today, he's in his fucking robe dancing around like nothing ever happened. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
what the fuck happened
it's all
there?
Ben Askren on the Iwani show.
Yeah. And he's like, no way I get stretchered off.
Yeah, a lot of guys calling out O'Malley's, questioning his toughness.
I see why.
But we got a UFC fight night this Saturday.
Yeah.
And why don't you guys back our picks?
Yeah. We both went 2 for 1. 2-1 on a regular picks. We both hit Vera. I think our parlays lost because of Burns.
Mm-hmm.
Funky stuff there, but
yeah, he just didn't look prepared. He looked overweight. He looked out of shape, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know what was. I mean, he still had a chance to sub him. His guard game is unreal, but he just looked like he didn't.
Gassed out way too quick.
Yeah.
But
ugly stuff.
We're gonna give you this fight night. I think you got 3 picks. I'm gonna give you 2.
Mm-hmm.
Our standard parlay, and then an underdog. And I mentioned earlier before the show started, I'm gonna give you guys a Bellator pick. Bellator is kicking off on Friday night. I got an underdog pick in the main event of Bellator Friday night. So I'll give you that later.
Yeah.
But you want to start us off?
I'll start us off right here. I think we agree on at least both of your picks here. So I'll start off on the undercard. From what I see, it's the third fight of the night. You never know because of replacements and whatnot. But I'm going to go with Jordan Wright, plus 100, over Ike Villanueva. Ike Villanueva has one fight in the UFC. He's usually a light heavyweight. To his credit, usually fights at light heavyweight. Came into the UFC on short notice during the beginning of COVID when they're fighting in Jacksonville. Took a fight at heavyweight against Chase Sherman and looked terrible. He just couldn't get anything going. Chase Sherman pieced him up all night until he just finished him. Ike he just couldn't hit him. And he's a guy who now finds himself on the fringe UFC roster. And he's fighting Jordan Wright, Beverly Hills Ninja. Now this guy, so you got Ike Villanueva, usually light heavyweight, fought at heavyweight. Now he's back down to light heavyweight. You have Jordan Wright, who's usually a middleweight, undefeated professionally at middleweight, fighting.
Undefeated with an asterisk.
No contest.
No, I wasn't even mentioning that. He fought an 0-29 guy. He fought an 0-10 guy.
Oh shit! I did not notice that.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as you don't get hit, that's the goal. But I mean, he made his way to Dana White's Contender Series. So I feel like he's some kind of prospect here. Fought in LFA, fought in Alaska FC. Those are 2 feeder organizations. Trains at Jackson Wink. I feel like those guys are gonna have him ready for this fight because it's a great camp. And I just look at it like this. It's like, and even though he's a middleweight, still taller, longer reach. And it's not like Ike is gonna stand there and bang. Like he's not gonna try and clinch him up and take him down. He's 36. He's just happy to be in the UFC. Jordan Wright, 28, prospect. He's hungrier. He's gonna have a little bit more fight in him. And I just they're kind of both relatively sloppy, but I'm just gonna take the younger, like hungrier fighter against a guy who probably if he loses this fight, probably gets cut. Go tell your kids, your grandkids, you fought in the UFC.
Probably both guys who get cut. I assume.
Yeah, I mean, neither of these guys are gonna fight anyone that we know without without like doing deeper research. So
Yeah, so this is also my first pick, going off of what you said. A lot of things I've been reading and watching, they think Jordan Wright is the worst UFC fighter on the roster. And, a lot of these fight night
who's to
cards,
say?
they're kind of just guys off the streets. They're not even really on the UFC roster.
It is
Like,
true. They're just pulling guys in
it's
from
like
everywhere.
it's like Contender Series, like fucking B card. I don't even know. Like the
Yeah,
prelims in a fight night anymore is just like they're not even good enough to be on Contender Series. But I mean, Jordan Wright, he got slumped in his Contender Series fight versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez.
yeah. Anthony Hernandez, had a couple good fights in the
He had a
UFC.
couple good fights, but he's also really inconsistent.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, you think Jordan Wright he gets knocked out a lot, but he gets knocked out by like more athletic guys and stuff, and that's just not who like Villanueva is.
Yeah,
As long as he just like hangs in there and like has a good game plan and stays on the outside and picks his shot, he could easily win.
that's kind of how I see it. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like Ike, he's not gonna deviate from like his game plan, which is just sit there and slug it out. He's trying to get inside, hit him with some heavy shots. Where Jordan Wright, he's got to sit outside, pickpocket his shots. And if there's probably any grappling advantage here, it's probably in Jordan Wright's corner. Training at Jackson Wink.
So that was my second. I mean, that was my first fight. That was your first fight. Go back to you and tell us about your second.
Yeah. My second fight, I am going and Jordan Wright plus 100, I believe, on FanDuel. But my second fight, I'm gonna go with Alonzo Menafield by TKO, plus 135. He's coming off a loss to Devin Clark where he gassed out, but there's a reason he gassed down. That's because he never really went past the first round in any of his UFC fights. He's been known to knock guys unconscious. Against Ovince St. Preux, and I usually take a guy who's got the experience advantage. But the thing I like about St. Preux, like he just wasn't that aggressive against Ben Rothwell in his last fight. And I think Ovince actually fought in the same card as Ike back when COVID just started, or whatever. But like Ovince has a knack for hanging his chin out there, and and getting dropped. And is this fight at light heavyweight or heavyweight?
I believe it's back at light.
Yeah, so Ovince comes back down to light heavyweight. Didn't enjoy his time at heavyweight.
Yeah, it was stupid that he even went up.
Yeah, I mean there was a real size difference between him and Ben Rothwell. But
Can we talk about the thickness that's going to be in the ring, in the octagon of this fight?
Yeah,
These are two thick ass, juicy ass dudes.
Yeah, Alonzo more of like an upcoming juicy thick boy than
yeah.
Ovince,
I mean,
he's starting
OSP like nobody has the donk OSP has.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a fat one. Ovince St. Preux.
But Alonzo is just all around juicy.
Yeah, and yeah, that's true. Yeah, Ovin's kind of known for his ass. That's
Oh my god, when he was heavyweight, man.
Yeah, you saw that thing. The thing was moving. But no, I like the younger juicy boy to get the knockout here. That's plus 135.
Back to reality here.
No, that is reality.
If you're betting Alonzo, there's just no reason to take the actual number. It's knockout or nothing. If he ever lasts into the third round, he's a mummy, and he will die.
Yeah, there's only two ways this fight goes. It's like Alonzo Menafield knocks him out, or Alonzo Menafield like gasses out and
I mean, OSP doesn't have the best gas tank, but I think it's better than Menafield.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe Menafield learned something, And I don't think Ovince St. Preux is not really a pressure fighter. Like he's not gonna pressure him the way Devin Clark did, and be as active on like the clinch and whatnot. So Maybe that works in Alonzo Menifield's favor, but a little bounce back spot for him.
Yeah, I like that pick. My second pick is go with the main event, Pedro Munhoz minus 265 versus Frankie Edgar. I'm just going with the chalk here. I just think Frankie Edgar's pretty much done in his career.
Yeah.
This is his saving grace going down a weight class to, what is it, 135?
Yeah. He's taking the Jose Aldo route.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just too little too late. And, like, Frankie Edgar just doesn't have it anymore. I mean, Munhoz is the better fighter at this point in his career.
Yeah. Heavy hands.
Yeah, Munhoz beat Cody. He lost to Sterling. He versed pretty much all the best guys in that weight class.
Yeah, and he's a natural 135er.
Yeah.
I mean,
the line just seems right. Like, Frankie Edgar's probably not going to be favorite in a fight anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that it was like that's 225 just shows you the kind of respect the books are giving him at 135. 265.
Yeah.
That's you don't that's
reminds
telling.
me of like Jose Aldo, like saving grace, go down a weight class and just, see what happens. But
even then, like Aldo had some he had success, at 135. And who says that Frankie can't have success? But
Frankie's also like Aldo. He's going down a weight class and he's fighting one of the best guys in the weight class.
Right. I still want to say that Aldo beat Marlon Moraes. He did. I bet on that fight. Aldo won that fight. I got screwed on that fight. But I don't think Frankie's gonna beat Pedro Munhoz here. He's slower. Well, I don't know if he's gonna have. Like, I don't know. I don't really see.
I just don't see a way to victory for Edgar. I mean, he doesn't have the punching power to knock him out. He's just gonna have to win on the scorecards, but I don't see that either.
Yeah, I'm curious to see his gas tank cutting down to 135 because, for a guy who fights at that pace and like throws in the takedowns, like real quick on his feet, like a lot of explosive movements, like that doesn't bode well for a guy at 38 cutting down from 145 to 135 where you've never fought before. Now, granted, he's got one of the best camps in the world, and he's probably super disciplined and kept his diet perfect and his weight perfect this entire time. But, I still think Munhoz is the better fighter here. And he's come off a long layoff where he hasn't fought, so he's probably fresh and ready to go.
So your third?
My third pick, I am going to go with Daniel Rodriguez over Takashi Sato. I believe they fought on the same card in the Apex back in May, but one of the first cards. Daniel Rodriguez got a lot of flack for not finishing a guy in Gabe Green, but Gabe Green's tough. He took a lot of those punches. I think he got dropped there, but he's a gritty guy. He's a little bit sloppy on the feet. He's gonna grind. He's gonna try and grind you out. And Daniel Rodriguez did a good job of weathering the storm and then enacting his game plan on him. He hit him with some clean shots. His defense looked great, boxing wise. His takedown defense looked great. He's fighting a guy Takashi Soto who fought on that same card. Knocked down another guy on short notice and Jason Witt within a minute. But I just think Daniel Rodriguez, I think his striking is better than Takashi Soto offensively and defensively. And if you're Takashi Soto, who uses a lot of explosive movement, and he can't hit Daniel Rodriguez because of his slick defense, it might get frustrating for him. And I do kind of think there's value at Takashi Soto at plus 165, but I honestly just think Daniel Rodriguez is going to win this fight, and even if he does get hit with a hard shot, which Takashi Soto is known to throw some hard shots, he's a tough dude. He trains with tough guys, Joe Schilling. So I just think that this is Daniel Rodriguez's fight to lose. And minus 185, you got to kind of bite a bullet there, but I like him a lot to win this fight.
Yeah.
That's my
I mean,
third
the
pick.
value at Takashi is because he has the punch. He has like the knockout power.
Yeah, I guess like if you really do like Takashi, I don't know. I can't see Daniel Rodriguez getting knocked out. So I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say, I was gonna say Takashi Sato by knockout.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like Rodriguez by decision. He seems like
I
a
like
guy
Bob
who's gonna
Rodriguez.
like,
He's the better all-around fighter.
yeah, he's gonna put on fun fights, and there's gonna be a lot of striking exchanges, and like he's a guy who gets like really into like a nice like intense flow where like he starts like finding these shots, and the defense and offense kind of meshes into one, and once he like finds that like state, it's hard to beat him. So I think, and he doesn't like throw a hard power. I think the real knockout would be like if he like catches the guy on like something he doesn't see coming. But yeah, I kind of like Daniel Rodriguez by decision if that's the way you want to go.
All right, so for my underdog, for my parlay that I got for you guys, it's quite chalky. Joe Selecki, I think he is going to have the game plan. Max Rothkopf didn't have takedowns and control the octagon and win all 3 rounds.
Great ground game.
Pedro Munhoz, talked about it earlier, minus 265. And then to go to the distance, I think there's going to be a TKO in the Mike Rodriguez, Marcin Pricino fight.
Yeah, that one is ugly. And at first I was like, why is this fight on the main card? And I realized like, oh, this is going to be a finish. Like, this is definitely going to be a finish. So like, it's right in that sweet spot on the main card where like, and
yeah, just straight action for that fight.
Yeah, that's why it's on the main card. You're not showing off like a prospect or anything.
Yeah. What do you got for your?
For my parlay, I got both Rodriguez's. So I think Mike Rodriguez is going to be on that end where he finishes this guy, whatever the fuck his name is, Martian. I got Daniel Rodriguez. I like him a lot. And then I also have Pedro Munhoz. I think he wins.
Yeah, I think Pedro Munhoz is just everybody's chalk.
Yeah. That worries me a little bit, but I don't think this isn't the biggest card in the world. That's plus 100, by the way.
Our underdog segment. We got you guys last week. We hooked you guys up.
That's what it is.
But I'm going a little off the radar, going to the competitor Bellator. And my pick is, in the main event, Vadim Nepkov versus Ryan Bader, the Darth Vader. Vadim is coming in at a little puppy, plus 110. But I'm just liking the line, man. Ryan Bader, ever since he went to Bellator, he hasn't versed anybody. Literally nobody at all. He was minus 600 favorites in both his fights in Bellator. And I just like this line. I haven't really saw Vadim fight, but
me neither.
I bet on a Bellator fight a couple weeks ago, and it, Michael Chandler, and that came as a winner. So why not go back to the drawing board and do it again?
Yeah, no one said this was a UFC specific podcast. This is just an all around fight podcast. Betting wise, I don't know anything about Vadim, but I'll support you on it. I'll watch it. I'm gonna stick to UFC. I'm gonna go with Amanda Lemos at plus 128 against Mizuki Inoue. Amanda Lemos, she fought Miranda Granger in her last fight, got a rear naked choke. Before that, she fought Leslie Smith in the fight where she was winning in the first round, gassed out in the second round. Just a bad overall game plan, fighting a girl like Leslie Smith who can take some shots and then it's going to keep that pressure on and wither you away. She's fighting Mizuki Inoue, who's also fought some really good girls.
You know what I realized? You're fading Japan.
Am I? Oh, shit. I am fading Japan. That's, yeah. Nothing personal.
It's not like my beef with Canada and Italy.
No, yours is a little bit personal. You think they're weak-minded. um, Japan, I got nothing. I just think they can't fight. I think they're fighting an American and Brazilian. Like, those are fight countries. Although NUA is fighting out of New York, so that's something to say. But Amanda Lemos, I don't know if I love the pick, but I think she's got a good shot. I think there's value as a dog. She throws hard. She throws heavy. She might gas out, but who knows? Might be a fun fight. That's how these underdogs go.
Yeah. Two. So you got plus 110. I got a plus 110.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll combine them.
Yeah. Why not go to underdog parlay? The sweat underdog parlay.
All right, guys. That's it for us. In 2 weeks, we're doing a NFL preview show. So look out for that.
As long as there's still a season.
There is. And we're going to do NFL podcast weekly throughout the season.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Peace.
See you.